Today we chat with Chairman and President of Swiss Bell Suites Hotels, Gavin Fall, about their pet-friendly suites. Mixologist Grant Pickup joins us to showcase another cocktail from Cocktail Collective. We discover a luxurious staycation spot, the Doubletree by Hilton in Karaka. And finally, Real Housewife of Auckland Anne Batley Burton shares another champagne etiquette tip. Well, animal lovers, get excited. We finally have a little bit of luxury accommodation here in Auckland and I can't wait to share it with you. Here to tell me all about it is the Chairman and President of Swiss Bell Hotel International, Mr. Gavin Fall. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you. Thanks to me.
So lovely to have you here. So first of all, Chairman and President, it's a big job. Tell me about Swiss Bell Hotels and how you got involved. It's a bit of a story, isn't it?
It's a long story. I got involved in 1990 when I decided it was time to have a go on my own. And so I met my old boss in Hong Kong. We started a company called Swiss Bell Hotel. And he's Swiss, so that's where the Swiss comes from. And he was my old boss when I used to work in the Peninsula Hotel in Hong Kong in the late 70s. And so we started. We had 3 hotels and said, let's have a go.
I love that Kiwi can-do attitude. Let's just give it a go.
Let's have a go.
Had you been in this industry much before? Did you have a long history in the industry?
I have a long history in everything. That's a privilege of being my age.
Perfect.
But no, I'm actually a chartered accountant. Was that a downer?
No, it's okay. We need accountants in our lives.
And I saw an advertisement in Wellington which gave me free airfares to go and work in Hong Kong.
Why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you go? And so I worked for KPMG.
Oh, wow.
And then I joined a client, which is the Peninsula Group, who's probably the best 6-star hotel group in the world. I'm a little bit biased, but they're beautiful hotels. And so I spent 10 years in Hong Kong, where 2 of my kids were born.
Wow.
Then I came back in my early 30s to be CEO of a public company in New Zealand, which owned 20 or 30 hotels in New Zealand and Australia. And in my early 30s, I thought I knew everything. Now I realise how young I was and how little I knew. But, you know, ignorance is bliss, isn't it?
That's so true.
And so I ran the public companies, which was the Hyatt Group and the Kingsgate Group and the vacation hotels all over New Zealand. And then in my early 40s, I'd had enough and said, let's have a go.
I love that. It's so inspirational. I think that is such a Kiwi thing as well, isn't it? We just want to jump in there and give it a go.
Yeah, but because basically I'm a car park attendant from Williams Car Park in Wellington.
What a story. What a story. So here in New Zealand now you have 4 hotels and 1 in Australia, is that correct?
We have 4 hotels. Well, yeah, 4 hotels, 1 in Australia.
And they're all based in
and
different
we've got 120
areas.
in 20 countries around the world.
I was today years old when I looked at that. Are you kidding me? That's a lot of management. That's a lot of business.
That's why I have smart people working with me.
Yeah, very good point.
Because I'm not smart anymore.
I'm sure you still haven't lost it. I'm sure you're still with it. So tell me, your hotels, the 4 in New Zealand, let's talk about those. So, of course, we're focusing today on the one here in Auckland and Victoria Park. Yes. Your other locations around New Zealand?
We've got 2 in Queenstown, the mecca of New Zealand tourism, which has been empty for 2 years,
as you know. That's right.
And we've just opened up in Napier, which is a great provincial location, and it's going very well. Fantastic.
And really good that, especially as the borders are opening up again.
Yes.
Those are such premium locations that people want to enjoy the natural assets of the area. Napier is such a beautiful area. And Queenstown, the beautiful, the vista is
unbelievable.
Absolutely.
It's unbelievable.
So was that a key driver why you chose those locations, do you think?
To be honest, our business is probably opportunities because we actually don't invest in hotels, we manage hotels. Although in Queenstown we do own the hotel there and also Swiss Bell Suites down there, we brought into management rights. And so we look for opportunities. We go and meet owners, we go and talk to them, work out what they're trying to do and say, okay. Because everybody wants to own a hotel, but nobody wants to work it.
Right, I can imagine it would be pretty energy intensive.
It's very all-consuming. It takes over your life.
Yes. A little bit like making TV, to be fair.
Absolutely. It's just like, yeah.
And so my understanding too is because of that, every hotel is quite different.
Yes, because we're not a cookie cutter hotel. We're not. We don't dictate to the owners. We manage their hotel. Unlike all the other big companies where the owner builds their hotel. Okay, so when you think of some of the brands of the world, you go around. They're very similar. They have similar lobbies, similar this, similar that. We help the owner build his own individual hotel.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So it's all different.
Wow.
All different.
And my understanding, I was looking on your website and I can see you've got modern Art Deco rooms as an example. You've got really beautiful, very spacious apartment style suites as well, which is great for your corporate travellers. And then, of course, you've got those lake views and then you've got mountain views. So there is quite a variety of experiences.
Which is what tourism and what holidays and what work's all about, isn't it? It's all
so
different.
true.
All different.
So let's talk Victoria Park. Now,
It's
how
amazing.
long has this hotel been
Well,
in
Swiss Bell
your group?
Suites Victoria Park has been with us for about 4 years, and it was developed by the Manson Group, and they've done an amazing job. They're amazing developers, and it was an apartment hotel, which is a little bit different in Auckland, but we thought there's a market opportunity, and it's been very successful. Of course, we've had our COVID challenges, which have
Of
been
course.
disastrous, but now we're coming out, and it's looking great.
That's so good to hear. And of course, one of the things that really excited me, because I am a huge dog lover, is the fact that your hotel is luxurious, but also pet friendly.
Well,
Tell me about that.
Well, that's something special. During COVID, you can imagine my wife would make me walk for 1 hour a day to try and keep me fit.
Yeah.
So walking around the streets of Remuera, I met all these people, and there's one thing they all had in common.
Dogs.
They all had a dog.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm come from a farming background, although I'm not sure I'm really a real dog lover. I wouldn't carry a dog in my handbag.
I would, just quietly.
But I said, hey, here's another business. And then I've got friends who have dogs. And I used to say, why don't you come to Queenstown, or why don't you come here? They said, well, you know, the hotels won't take my dog. I mean, you know, dog lovers, they take their dog on holiday before they take their husband.
That's true.
And so it took me a little bit of a while to convince my team that this was a good idea. But it suddenly has a unique, of course we have a limit. You can't bring in sort of 10 Labradors and things like that.
Yeah.
So we have a weight limit on the dog, but people just love it, and it doesn't cause any problems. Doesn't cause with other guests or anybody else.
I just think it sounds like heaven to me. I think it's brilliant.
And of course, Swiss Bell Suites Victoria Park has beautiful balconies. Looks over the park. It has a huge lounge. So it's. I mean, dogs love it.
Absolutely.
They love the view.
And also I'm hearing that you're doing a lot for your corporate travellers as well, because it is a great location, being
Yes.
close to the central city, great park nearby for those who want to travel and get a little bit of exercise while they're in there. So tell me about how you look after your corporate travellers as well.
Well, we just give them. Our whole theme, of course, is service, which is what hotel business is. But the corporate traveller, people love Swiss Bell Suites because it's a little bit private. You know, I was talking to someone like one of my kids' friends last night, and he stays there all the time because he likes the privacy. There's a number of business people stay there. A lot of film people stay there because they just like the space and just like, because they're also there on 1, 2, 3 week stays. And, you know, if you've had COVID and been in a hotel room, sitting in Dubai for 7 days, like I was, going crazy, Swiss Bell Suites Auckland is fantastic.
Yeah. Spoken like a true professional and a great ambassador for the brand as well. So, Gavin, thank you so much
My
for
pleasure.
coming in here. I am so looking forward to coming to visit. And if you'd like to come and visit as well, you need to check out their website, swissbellhotel.com. Join us either in Auckland, in Napier, or down in Queenstown. You're going to love the experience, and so will your fur babies. Gavin, thank you.
Thank you.
kia ora, welcome. I'm Monique Bradley, a self-appointed Glen Ambassador for Cocktail Collective, and I'm joined here in the kitchen today with Grant, our expert mixologist, who is going to take us through a new cocktail from Cocktail Collective.
Yep, absolutely, brand new box.
So exciting. Let's take a look. What have we got, Grant?
So this is the spiced rum old fashioned. So it's a play on classic old fashioned, which would be a whiskey old fashioned.
Yep.
This one's using spiced rum.
Oh, so let's take a look at what's inside. I am so excited about this. Okay, right in the top, what have we got?
Right, this is a Cocktail Collective golden spiced rum. So some nice sort of spices with vanillas and cinnamons and various other bits going on in here.
Excellent. Now we've got gom. Now my understanding, because I'm no expert, I'm an enthusiast.
Yep.
This gom is a sugar syrup, right?
Basically just a very sweet sugar syrup with a little bit of guar gum in there. Stops it going cloudy, helps it to emulsify in with the drinks.
Excellent. And we've got triple sec. Now, I've always wondered, what is triple sec?
Triple sec is a very dry orange liqueur. The word sec is French for dry, so triple dry.
Oh, gotcha. Today years old when I've learnt that. Cool. So we've got some nice flavours, and then of course we've got the measury thing inside. What is this called?
Thimble measure, basically.
There you go.
Yeah, large end is 2 parts, small end is 1 part. So when we come to pouring, we'll work through the recipe using that.
Or as I like to say, a single serve and a generous single serve. Yeah, perfect. Right, and the bottom, what have we got here?
Another bottle, we've got our bitters. So many cocktails are going to use a balance of sweet and sour. With these style drinks, the old fashions, we go for sweet and bitter. So bitterness is going to balance that flavour out, make it nice and smooth.
And my understanding too is that bitters are often taken for medicinal purposes as well. Drink responsibly, drink responsibly.
Absolutely, as are many cocktails.
And of course, you know, because I like to think health, we're thinking cherries, fruit, good for us. I'm trying to take in all these flavours actually, Grant.
There's a lot going on in this one,
Yeah, anticipate what it's going to taste like. And then we also have good old New Zealand blood oranges, Grant.
Freeze-dried New Zealand blood oranges, beautiful product. Obviously, you say made here in New Zealand, but enables us obviously to bring that fruit element into the box,
right?
Which otherwise would be a bit difficult with fresh produce.
Yeah, I totally agree. Okay, I'll pop that out of the way. Let's get started because
we're going to work through the recipe on the back of the card. So all the instructions are on the back of here. This drink is made entirely in the glass itself.
Oh, that's easy.
So no shaking or anything like that.
We like that.
First thing we're going to do is we're going to pop a cherry into the bottom of each glass.
Perfect. So we've got a little bit of a cherry hint in the bottom to start with.
If you've got a really sweet tooth, you can just slip a little bit of the juice in there as well.
Well, you've got me there because I have a very sweet tooth. Perfect.
And we're going to take our bitters. I'm just going to pop 1 shot of this into the bottom.
Yes.
Along.
Don't you love that sound, Grant? That sound of alcohol pouring. Yes, I do.
I like the smell. It's the smell of the bitters.
Oh, really? Can I?
Have a little smell of that.
Oh, a little bit Christmas cakey.
Yep, Christmassy, very, very Christmassy, very wintry drink this.
Yeah, lovely.
Then we've got a shot of our gom syrup.
Now, what does gom actually do in a drink? I know it sort of adds that sweetness, but...
Sweetness, that's easy.
Yeah,
that's all
just that.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
If you want to balance out how sweet a drink is, it's the gom usually that you would bring more or less of.
Again, today years old. I'm learning so much.
Now we're going to muddle.
Okay, so that's what this is for, right?
That's what this is for.
Okay, so if you're at home and you don't have a fancy muddler like Grant, this is actually my rolling pin from my drawer, so it doesn't have any handles or anything. I'm going to use it for the same purpose.
Aim for the cherry.
Yep.
Don't squish too hard or you'll get it in your eyes. And we're just going to squash that cherry down and muddle it just to...
Why do people do this, Grant?
You're basically just breaking down. There's a lot of different cocktails where you'll muddle fruit into the bottom.
Yep.
Probably the most classic would be a mojito where you muddle limes with sugar. But we're just bringing out the flavour.
I've never done that before.
If you have some fresh oranges around, you could put some orange skin in the bottom here and bring all those orange zest flavours into it as well.
Of course, that would be fantastic. Would you zest the orange and put it in the bottom?
Just a piece of orange peel in the bottom, muddle it with the cherry.
Love it.
Now, for ice, what we're going to do, we've got these ice moulds which you can buy from Cocktail Collective.
Fantastic.
And what that gives us are these beautiful ice
It's so cool.
spheres.
Whoa.
We'll plop into our...
I've always wondered how you make these. I thought, is somebody sitting there chipping away at one, at a big piece of ice to make it? I didn't know it actually came in a mould.
These are great. This drink is also very good with crushed ice. If you prefer it as a slightly sort of longer drink, or even just cubed ice. You want to bring the ice level up to nearly the top.
Okay, got it. That looks a bit fancier though, to be fair.
Yeah, they add a bit of something to it, don't they?
Rum.
Spiced rum, 3 shots or 3 parts. So we're going to go 1 large.
1 big one and 1 little. Oh, love it.
And 1.
You get that hit of the rum coming through too already.
This is another one you can have a smell of.
This is quite a generous sized drink as well, I'm noticing.
It's a slow sipping drink. This is not one for quenching thirst.
I was going to say, my standard drinking style is I'm more of an enthusiast and a guzzler, so I'm going to take my time with this one.
And then finally, 1 shot just to round off the orange flavours of triple sec.
Oh, again, the smell. It's a party. It's a something. It's warming smell coming through.
It's a strong old drink. This one.
Oh yeah.
Now a little bit of a stir just to get those flavours going.
Yep.
And then if you'd like to grab that packet of orange slices.
Yep. Oh, they're beautiful, Grant. You guys need to take a look at this. Absolutely gorgeous. The colour is beautiful.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
Beautiful.
They're nice just to crunch on, actually, on their own.
So what do we do with this?
We're just going to rest that straight into the top of the glass.
Doesn't get much easier than that. Poke it in.
Yep, that's great. That's great. Again, if you've got some fresh orange, you can embellish it with that. A few flowers or some herbs from the garden would help. But,
okay, so what sort of herbs would we add in there?
For this, something like a rosemary would be good.
Oh, gorgeous.
Would really help.
And so as that rehydrates, will that let out more aroma from that blood orange as well?
Yeah, a little bit of flavour is going to come from that blood orange.
That's so good.
You can actually muddle one of the blood orange things into the bottom of the glass as well.
You're just full of tips and excitement, aren't you?
There's various ways you can do it.
I love it. But of course, as they say, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Not that it's pudding, but it smells like pudding. Cheers, Grant.
Cheers.
Well done. You've done a great job. You shall be remunerated accordingly with lots of applause and adoration. Yes. Here we go.
What do you think?
Oh, by jingos, by hokey. It's beautiful.
Well, let it sit there, let the water, the ice will start to melt down a little bit.
That's
just take the edge off the
incredible. It's so full flavoured. Warming, even though it's a cold drink, it's very warming on the palate. And it's an experience, it's a journey. So as it's moving around my mouth, I can feel all the different taste buds starting to go, hello.
Yeah.
Lovely, Grant.
It's one of my favourites, this one.
And so easy to make. You saw how quick he did that. You don't need to be an expert mixologist like Grant to do this. You saw how easy that was. All the instructions are there on the back of the card and a little bit of the history about the drink as well. So give it a go and let us know what you thought of that beautiful drink. Grant, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
And cheers.
Cheers.
Don't mind if I do. So good.
Well, it's been a crazy few weeks in my world and I realised I need some much needed time out. So I've driven 35 minutes south of central Auckland to visit the all new and amazing Doubletree by Hilton. And you guys are coming with me. We're going on a staycation. Here we go.
Situated in Auckland, just a few kilometres away from the central city, Doubletree by Hilton in Karaka is built on New Zealand bloodstock land and gives you the best of a relaxed country stay with a luxurious, state-of-the-art hotel feel.
Having a bit of time out, staying at the Doubletree by Hilton here in Karaka. You get cookies on arrival. This is the best day of my entire life.
From millinery-inspired lighting to numerous references around the property to horses and the racing industry, it's obvious that you're in the heart of horse country, giving this property a unique look and luxurious feel. The hotel offers a number of rooms that have garden views, allowing you to soak up the environment. A must-have for busy city dwellers like me. Rooms are beautifully appointed and designed with luxurious beds and linen, and the overall vibe is super calming for your senses. My room featured 2 stylish bathrooms with great lighting, perfect for tidying up my makeup, comfy furnishings, and downstairs I got to visit the aptly named Horseshoe Bar. With an extensive, perfectly curated wine list and a menu of signature cocktails, there's certainly something for everyone. And of course, as a cocktail lover myself, I had to give at least one a go. The hotel has a recreation area and outdoor heated swimming pool, meaning you can use it all year round, and the hotel is family friendly too, so the kids will love it. The staff are professional and super friendly, making time to engage with you and ensure that you get the best out of your stay.
Well, this is really luxurious and just the space and time that I needed. Cheers.
Their signature restaurant, Ethereal, is led by celebrity chef Mark Southern, and the environment is relaxed and inviting, making it perfect for solo travellers or for groups. As you look around the restaurant, you may notice a few sparkly cups on display. One of them is even a Melbourne Cup, won by the restaurant's namesake horse, Ethereal.
Well, after a relaxing afternoon and a couple of signature cocktails and a luxurious bar, I am ready for dinner and I'm here at the chef's table, so let's take a look.
The menu is next level fabulous without pretense, meaning there's really something for everyone. And by having an open kitchen, you can watch the magic happen right in front of you. One of my favourite features was the dessert trolley. I literally had no words.
Well, that was absolutely fantastic. Amazing service, an incredible menu, unbelievable. A great night's sleep, a wonderful, long, luxurious bubble bath, and even better, free parking. It's pretty much everything I was looking for, and I feel amazing. So you need to check it out too. It's the Doubletree by Hilton in Karaka. You're gonna love it. I might even see you here. See you guys.
Hi everyone, Anne, Champagne Lady here again. Just wanted to have a bit of a chat about the different styles of glasses that are used for champagne. When you look back, I think we started off with, was it Josephine's breast or Marie Antoinette's? I'm not quite sure, I can't remember. But the theory was that the glass was based on the perfection of one of these beautiful ladies' breasts. And of course, that was very open. Well, I won't go into this in too much detail actually. But anyway, the most important thing about it was it was very open and the stems were hollow, which were absolutely amazing. In fact, I had the pleasure to drink out of a glass like that the other day. Sadly, they were banned by the health department because of the difficulty in cleaning these stems, which were hollow. But we've moved on from that. They were always cut crystal. And we've moved on, and as you will know from going around different restaurants and so on, and over the years, we've changed so many times into supposedly this is the new perfect way of drinking champagne, of enjoying champagne. And at the moment, of course, we have the beautiful flutes, which I have with my own Champagne Jacquard, and it opens up and that allows the beautiful nuances and subtleties of the champagne to open up. And then it goes in again slightly at the top, which basically channels those characteristics to your nasal passages. So when you go to smell the champagne, it's concentrated, but it has been allowed to open up during its journey with those bubbles going up the glass. But, you know, we have lovely straight flutes, we have crystal flutes, we have flutes that have been engraved at the base. That's a trick that a lot of the champagne houses use, actually. And there's a little engraving at the base of it, and that way, even if your glasses do have a bit of detergent residue in it, God forbid, the bubbles will catch on that little engraving at the base of the glass, and they'll catch and they'll keep rushing up to the surface. So it's quite interesting. Sadly, I've noticed over the last couple of years, there have been some trend towards glasses with no stem. Now, for me, well, that is just totally lacking in refinement and elegance. Doesn't look good at all, and as I said before, it's like clutching a beer glass. And I find that very, very disappointing. I know some of the airlines are doing it, and I suppose that's because they don't want the glasses being knocked over, which could be very easy to do. So I can understand their thinking on that. But when restaurants start doing it, I think it's a real shame. Because another reason why you don't want that is because holding it like that, you're warming up the glass, you're warming up the contents, the champagne, and you're losing effervescence, and you're losing that chill and crispness, and the effervescence dies off and so on. I mean, all you need to do is put a glass of champagne there and put your hand around it for a while and see how the bubbles change. Whereas if you're holding it by the stem, those bubbles just keep rushing and rushing and rushing up through the glass. So if you want to take my advice, I just stick with that beautiful tulip shape. And for me, that is the best way to enjoy your champagne. Another really important part about etiquette of serving champagne, when the bottle is finished, do not upend it in the ice bucket. Both the customer and the server can be very guilty of this. I've seen it happen so many times. I think as far as the customer is concerned, they think, right, that one's gone, bang, down it goes. Hey, we need another one. It's indicating to the staff that they need another bottle. But it's actually very, very crass and shows doubtful taste.